Through the paper window, lingering stars winked against a cold sky. The morning my 18th winter passed, and I, Seyo, came of age. The temple had given me blue skirts and overlays, a rare color among its helpers. One didn't wear blue for long before graduating to a priestess's yellow or not, and I would stick out in a sea of yellow when I served my first midnight vigil that evening, my soul stained by a mountain of confessions. I burrowed into my too short quilt and counted the rules we planned to break that night. 2 temple statutes and a king's law shattered, all so I could see the heart, the forbidden cave weaving through our hills. I would drag my friends Kiburo and Jorai along, and I was too excited to feel guilty. What was wrong with me? Kota. They lived for after-curfew adventure, and I had dreamed of seeing the heart since we were children. But this was my last escapade. Tomorrow, I would live up to wearing blue. Kiburo would understand, but Jorai wouldn't. I imagined that conversation and groaned. The straw cot creaked. Princess Kiburo, who I served as attending maiden, rose for sunrise prayer. She crouched by my pallet and shook me. "Happy birthday, Seyo. Ready for tonight's ghost hunt?" Did she have to say it that way? I remembered the gravelly voice of our first tutoring priest and mumbled into my blanket. "Indulgences such as birthdays weaken the will. They lead to memory lapses during recitation and snores interrupting teaching." I hesitated, also leading one's friends astray. "Stop worrying." Kiburo grinned and snatched the quilt. Chilly, I uncurled from the pallet and crossed our cramped quarters in 3 long strides to light a candle and retrieve clothing. Kiburo almost squealed seeing my new garments. I shushed her, had her sit, and bent to braid her dark hair into a crown. As Kiburo preferred, we arrived early for prayer, before the other temple helpers, and even the presiding priest or priestess. The day raced in a routine of prayers, chores, lunch, instruction, and dinner. Back in our room, we laced our boots and opened the window to shimmy to the grounds and find Jorai. But then, Kiburo received a knock at the door from a young priestess, the one who lived inside the helper's compound as guardian. The woman bowed and extended a letter bearing the queen's seal. Her spine straightened as she read, "Mother is ill. Headaches. Queen Umoli must have quarreled with the king again, and faithful Kiburo would care for her mother at the palace. As attendant, I would accompany her, and my chest squeezed as I gathered shawls. How could this happen now, this night? Please, no. You're going with Jorai to see the heart. It was your only coming-of-age wish, and I've never seen you look forward to something so much. Besides, you have a vigil afterward." Kiburo sighed in disappointment. "I promised to make this up to you." I blinked. It was my place to remain at her side, but despite being friends, I didn't dare argue with her, the princess, and I didn't want to. Kiburo tugged a shawl from my arms and left to join her bodyguard. I stood in silence, alone. It felt wrong. If Jorai and I were caught without her, there would be no protection for either of us, a disgraced nobleman's daughter and the king's despised second-born son. But if I didn't see the heart now, I never would.